Hey everybody, welcome back to Chris Peters DIY. Today we're going to be doing an oil change on a John Deere 3720 compact tractor. First things first, safety. If you go by the book, they want you to disconnect the loader. But what we've done here is we've taken a, excuse me, a jack stand, a tall one, and just held the bucket up. And we're going to go ahead and pull this front grill piece down. All it is these pull pins. That'll bring this down, and that way you can get to the hood latch underneath here.
Push up on the hood latch.
Yep. There we go. Alright, whole thing comes up, and just like your car, it's got a hood prop. Get the oil plugs off, the drain plugs off, you're going to need an 11/16 wrench. On this 3720, there's actually two oil drain plugs. As you can see here, they've molded the oil pan to fit this spline shaft in between it here. So you're going to need to take off this one and this one. Okay, for this oil change, we're going to be using John Deere Genuine Toro Guard Oil 1540. We're also going to be changing the air filters. You have two air filters here. You've got an outer element and an inner element. This goes inside of the outer element. And we've also got a John Deere Genuine oil filter. Now what I've done here is I wrote down the hours on the hour meter on the dash, and we're going to record the hours on the oil filter so we know how long it's been since we've done an oil change. Okay. Here's the filter right alongside where you see the oil, or excuse me, the fuel filters are at. And we'll just take this filter wrench, unscrew it, make sure you have your drain bucket below it because oil will come out of here. And just as easy as that. Just like with most applications, what you want to do is take a thin coat of clean motor oil and take and lubricate the seal. This makes it easier to remove when you're ready to change your oil again. Once you've done that, clean the surface off where the oil filter sits with a clean rag, and just screw it all back on. Hand tighten the oil filter down, do not use a wrench. Once you've pulled the oil fill cap off, stick yourself a long funnel in here like so, and start topping it off with oil. Alright, next we're going to do the air filters. There's the upper latch and the lower latch. You just flip them up with your hand. Outer element, inner element. These can be discarded now. And then you take your new filters, make sure the opening is facing in towards the engine. And they slide, goes into a little slot inside the air cleaner here. You can feel it wedge in there. And then the outer element right over the top of it. Make sure they're fully seated. This duct fill gets collected with dirt and dust. It's a good idea to blow that out. It's not recommended to blow compressed air in there to clean the housing out, because you don't want any of that going into the intake. If it's really bad and dirty in there, you can take a wet shop rag and wipe it out. Okay, once you got the air cleaners replaced, it's always a good practice to clean this screen out right here. This screen right here catches the much larger debris when you're working in fields. Most of these tractors are working with, there's a lot of dust, debris, sticks, and rocks. A lot of times this will get stuck with grass, hay, rocks, bugs, and dirt. You just pull the screen out, blow it out with compressed air, and then slide it back. And that pretty much does it. That's your simple oil change and air filter change and screen blowout on a John Deere 3720 compact tractor.